right, so we've been working on area. We've been working on area of irregular shapes, and that brings us to surface area. And you're going to understand a little bit better what surface area is in a few minutes, but it's exactly the same thing you've been doing, just on a three-dimensional shape. So it's exactly the same. So this is just your word that you have on your little foldable on page 26. So there are two words that you need to be familiar with that are in that definition box. So frame it in blue, and we'll talk about those two words that you need. All right, so the two words you need, the first one is net. How many people have actually heard of nets before when it comes to math? You're familiar with that word. Okay, not many of you. Okay, so a net, this is an important word to remember. It is an unfolded solid, and that's what we're going to be working on today, is some unfolded solids. So a solid is a three-dimensional shape, like a pyramid, like a cube, something like that. And so the net is what happens when you unfold it and make it flat. Surface area is just what it would take to cover one of those. And I have a word down here for you to think of. Think of wrapping paper. Wrapping paper. And I noticed there's a typo in there. Do you see how it says a 23-dimensional figure? Cross off that too. That doesn't belong. It should be a 3-dimensional figure. Sorry about that. All right, so the surface area is just the number of square units in a three-dimensional figure, what it takes to cover it. And think of wrapping paper. So if you're going to wrap a box, you need its surface area in order to wrap it. Okay? And the answer is still in square units. It doesn't change because we're still talking about area. So you're going to cut out these two shapes. That's all we're going to do with them right now. So cut this one and then this one that looks a little bit like a star. Just cut around the edges of those. Don't cut on the black lines, except for on the outside. Okay, so in other words, don't cut those pieces apart. You're only going to cut here. So here, 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 here. Okay, that's what you're cutting. When you're done cutting, you're going to fold them. Not completely, but you're going to put a fold. Here, here, on all the black lines. Just fold them once, because in a minute we're going to make a three-dimensional shape out of this. Anybody have an idea what the shape is going to be? What's it going to be?
It's going to be a rectangle.
Not just a rectangle.
A cube.
It's not a cube, because a cube would all have the same length. So what is it?
Rectangular prism?
Yeah, this is a rectangular prism. That's what this one is going to be. So look. When you fold them like I just showed you and then kind of open it back out, it looks like this. So yours should look like this. If you don't get it, ask a neighbor because somebody's got it. Caroline looks like she's almost there. I think you're almost there. Peyton. So we're going to use the knowledge that we have so far, and we're going to start looking at this one. We're going to find the area of all of the different faces. That means all of the different pieces of it, just like we did before. And then we're going to add all of those together. So open yours out. The numbers should be on the inside. I think we talked about that, but just make sure you got it that way. So let's start with the one rectangle that actually has a base and a height on it. What is the area of the one rectangle that has a base and a height? Area equals base times height. Area equals 6 times 2. Area equals 12. Okay, so this one is 12. Now here's where you have to be super careful, because sometimes they're going to be the same and sometimes they're going to be different. And you really have to pay attention to how they are. But since they only give us a 6 right here, that means all of these are going to be 6. Okay? So let's go ahead and fill that in. This is 6. This is 6. This is 6. If they were not 6s, they would have told us that it was going to be something else. So all of those are 6s. That makes all of these sides what? 2. So this is 2, 2, and 2. So all of those, all 4 of these have what area? 12 each. 12 each. So we'll go 12, 12, and 12. So you have 4 12s. Now we have the little boxes. Okay, now this is where it gets a little bit tricky. We know they gave us one side of it is 2. The other side is right here. It matches with this one. So it's got to be the same length as that one. So how long is that one going to be? 2.
Wait, how do you know that?
Okay, because it matches. Because when we fold it like this, we're not eyeballing. When we fold it, it's matching. You see it? It matches. It goes up against it. Try it. So when we fold it, it matches. So it has to be the same length. So that makes that 2. So the little box is area equals base times height. Area equals 2 times 2. Area equals 4. So we have a 4 there and a 4 there. This is where it's super helpful to write your areas inside of your boxes, because now all we have to do is add all of those up. So we have, I'm going to write it over here, we have 12 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12 plus 4 plus 4. Now you can use some multiplication to get that answer. You don't have to sit there and physically add all of those up. I would do 12 times 4 is 48 and then add 8 to it. So what happens when we do that?
56.
We get 56. So I'm going to write this in a different spot so we can see it clearer. So the area of this thing is 56, and it is in centimeters, and we're still talking about area, right? So it is squared. Area is always squared. All right, now that you have glued that down on page 27 and written the area, 56 centimeters squared, let's talk about the other one. It was called a square pyramid because the base is a square, and a pyramid because it comes to a point. Okay, so we have a square pyramid. Now, we're going to go ahead and write our areas just like we did on the other one. So they only give us one base and one height. That must mean all the rest of them are the same. So that means this is 4. Let me get this pen a little smaller. 1 second. Okay, that means this one's 4, that one's 4, and that one's 4. And every height is how long? 5. 5, 5, and 5. Okay? They're all the same. Now we just need to calculate the area. So we only have to really 2 areas to calculate, right? The triangles, because they're all the same, and then the square. Let's start with the square. What's the formula for the area of a square? Good. Write that inside of there, okay? Your shape should have this all in it. So you remember how you did it. So area equals base times height. Area equals 4 times 4. Area equals 16. So the middle part of it is 16. Okay? Now we just have to calculate one triangle. So I'm going to go to this one. And I'm going to write area equals 1/2 base times height. Area equals 1/2 4 times 5. What is that? 20 divided by 2 is 10. So the area of this one is 10. This one is 10 and 10. Okay? So we have 10, 10, 10. Okay? So on your paper, let's go ahead and add those together. I realize I didn't have you glue them down first. That probably would have been helpful. But go ahead and write on your paper. So we have 16 in the middle, plus 10, plus 10, plus 10, plus 10. And like I said, you don't have to add up those. You can multiply, okay? You can do 10 times 4 and then add 16. And the area is 56. That was in centimeters, and they are squared.